You said you remember when he got shot at Empire?
Yes, I remember afterwards because I didn't, I wasn't old enough to go outside and hang out at the skating rink, so I would hear about stuff like that later. But to hear that he got shot, oh my God, because I think I called his house, but it wasn't no answer, so his sister wound up calling me, and then that's when she had told me. And then I was like, for real? I kept saying for real, but I knew she wasn't playing because she had never called me before. So it's like, well, she can't be playing, but I just couldn't believe it. And I'm like, for real? So I was like, is he all right? I want to see him. And she was like, well, he's at, stop. She was like, he's at the Kings County Hospital. So the next day was a school day. I went to Park West. I cut school the next day and I went around his way to meet his parents. So, and they was nice enough to take me to the hospital. But first we went to his house for a little while and they was getting the supplies for when they brought him to the hospital. So we went to Kings County and was nervous. I was nervous going in the room. But when we got in the room, it was like 20 people in there. It was only supposed to be 2 people. It was like 20 people, no exaggeration. And the thing is, what struck me the most, I loved the unity and how everybody was so concerned. But at the same time, I felt underdressed because everybody had on a polo. Everybody had on polo. From the cookies to the crests to the the ones with the 2 polo sticks going to the side. Those was like the expensive rugby. I was like, wow, everybody got on polo.
That's crazy.
I had on regular stuff, but they was like, so then his mom had brought some orange juice. I think he had requested orange juice and some ginger ale. So we poured the ginger ale in the cup. So he was bandaged up. You could tell he was in pain. So I gave him some of the juice. I remember I was giving him the juice, but I don't think I was, because I didn't want it to spill all on him. So I was like holding it up to his mouth kind of slow. And he did his hand like, come on. Like, I guess he wasn't getting that. So then I lifted up the cup some more so he could get some juice. But like within a half hour, he was so determined. He wasn't supposed to be moving. He was just supposed to be relaxing and recuperating. He got out the bed and started walking. And it was like, yeah, Sha. That's what's up. Yeah, Sha. And I was just so proud and so happy. It's like, it brought tears of happiness to my heart because, I was hearing the worst about him getting shot. So I was thinking that, the worst because there was so many rumors. You know how rumors quickly spread and stuff. Mm-hmm. So in my school, they was trying to say, oh, I heard he brain dead. So when I got to school the next day, I was like, he is fine. I was like, and he walking. And then I was like, oh, for real? Because when you were talking about his loyalty and his integrity, that's something of his that's unmatched. And he wasn't the type to judge people by their clothes or anything like that. He was just your friend to be your friend. So it was so many girls like in that school, in junior high school, everybody's already clicked up. So I really wasn't, a type to have a clique. I think I was just, a regular person, but he made everybody feel so welcome. So all the girls, they would come to me and they'd be like, oh, I like Chanel. Then it was this one girl. She's the girl like all the guys like. She's like gorgeous. Her name is. She really liked Chanel. I mean, she really liked. She gave me a letter to give to him, and she gave me permission that I could read it. But she knew I wasn't gonna tell nobody the contents of the letter. But I read it, and then I gave it to him. I thought he was gonna be like so impressed. He read the letter and then he just laid it down like it wasn't nothing. Like I was like to myself, I'm like, ain't you gonna talk to her? I don't know, but all the girls like that. All the girls like to shop out. Oh, and we used to, because he was like, I ain't little Sha, I'm big ass Sha. And we used to be like, big ass shot. Big ass shot. Imagine like 20 girls going, big ass shot. So one day it was a basketball game. And I had a chance to go to the basketball game. So I went to the basketball game. I forgot who they was playing against. But all of the kids had they you know them double gooses with the fur? The V bomber gooses with the fur.
Definitely.
So all of the kids in Fort Greene had one. So everybody just threw their coats on the floor, and it was like in a big hill. But all you saw was just bubble gooses in the hill. Either bubble gooses or regular gooses, but most of them was the leather V double gooses. And there was like a lot of them coats, and it was just like in a pile. So after the game, it was like, where my coat? Where my coat? And then I looked and I felt so bad because like maybe like a half hour later, he still didn't have his coat. And I was just like, that just hurt me because I didn't really, I was still young and naive, so I didn't know people steal people clothes and stuff like that. School kind of was like jail. We seen teachers get beat up. We seen teachers get jumped. I ain't gonna say no name, but whatchamacallit sister and her sister jumped that teacher. She was a good teacher, but he didn't have his coat, so I just felt bad. So the next day, he came back with a double V goose, a leather one. So I'm like, oh, Shamel, I'm so happy you found your coat. He was like, I ain't found my coat. Them niggas stole my coat. And I'm like, damn, it's the next day he got another double V goose. Like, people wasn't really getting coats like that unless it was Easter. He came back the next day with the same kind of coat. I was that right there. I was like, wow. I thought he found his coat, but he didn't. He had another one. Yeah. That's how they was giving it up. Oh, one time we was in class, and this is right around the time of the Michael Griffin incident, and not incident, but for people that don't know, Michael Griffin, he was in Bensonhurst, and that was a racist part of Brooklyn, and these white people accosted him and his friends. So they wound up, they had to fight for their lives, but then so many people chased them. A mob chased them onto like a belt parkway where he was fatally struck by a vehicle. So that had the whole city in an uproar, especially us, So we was very upset about that. So this white guy was in our class. I guess he came to fix the windows. So she was like, 1, 2, 3. He was like, when we count to 3, we gonna say Howard Beach. So he was like, 1, 2, 3. And we said, Howard Beach. And then he turned around, because he was on a ladder, and he was fixing the windows, and he just turned around. He looked like he turned beet red. Then he finished trying to do the work, and we kept going, Howard Beach. And then we just kept going, Howard Beach, Howard Beach, Howard Beach. Yo, that pissed him off. He didn't say anything to us or anything, but he knew he wasn't in the right area to be, to be saying something, trying to defend himself.
It's historic.
Shalmota is historic. Yo, it's so many things. So, we used to sing, you know what our song was when we used to sing in class? We used to sing that song by Stetsasonic. Brooklyn, New York is our hometown. That is the place we always throw down. And in the night, a party goes there. And they used to do the beat on the table. That was so fun. Y'all, we had mad fun in scenes. But then, like, by the time high school came, shortly after he got shot and stuff, after I saw him, I guess life got fast. And, I was going to school all the way in Manhattan. He was going to school in Brooklyn, but we kind of lost touch. But every once in a while, I would bump into him. And then I remember bumping into him downtown. It was like the winter of 91. And that was the last time I saw him free. Yeah, it was a way you used to come from downtown. It's a way you would cut through LIU. And then some people will walk through Fort Greene Park, but I saw him in that area by LIU. And we stood there and chopped it up for a few minutes. But it's like, in them days, you thinking that you're going to see your friends again. Like, when I saw him, I didn't think, oh, I'm not going to see him no more for a while or anything like that. But the next time I saw him was in 92, and I happened to be visiting my son's father at the time, and he happened to be on the visiting floor at the same time. So I was so excited to see him. So I told my baby father who he was, and I introduced him. And at the time I had a son, so I let him meet. His father was holding him and talking to him. And that was around one of the last times I saw him in New York. I'll say in the tri-state area, because I was in Rikers Island. Yeah.